You can't feel your feet as you step into the wedding hall, half floating, half trembling. The scent of jasmine and sandalwood wraps around you like a second skin, and every camera flash makes the gold shimmer of your dress brighter than your smile. You smile a lot today, too much, because you have spent a lifetime dreaming about this moment, marrying him. Jungkook, your childhood best friend, your first and only crush, the boy who shared his banana milk with you in 3rd grade and helped you win over your first medal in school sports, the one who sat next to you on the swing set and told you, "When I grow up, I'll have the coolest job ever, you'll see." You saw. You watched him leave for college abroad 10 years ago. You waved at his cab until it turned a corner and took your heart with it. He called, texted, even FaceTimed the first year. But life happened. Time stretched, distances widened. You stayed behind finishing college, working quietly in your hometown, always silently hoping. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Your mother came to your room, teary-eyed, smiling. His grandfather's last wish was to see you two married, Ryan, and Jungkook agreed. Agreed. The word still floats in your chest like a balloon tied with disappointment, but you didn't question it. You were happy. Of course you were. Why wouldn't you be? You assumed hope. He must feel the same way. Maybe he had hidden his feelings all these years. Maybe this was the universe's way of finally bringing you both together. You didn't think to ask why he never called you directly about it. Why his texts were still few and far between, why your only real interaction before the wedding was the rushed, polite video call where he said, "Hey, hope you're okay with all this, it's happening fast, fast." You blink back into the present as the priest chants the last words. Your hand is in his and he hasn't looked at you once. Later, after the noise dies down and the guests leave, after the rituals, the reception, the 1,004 smiles, you find yourself in a quiet room, dimly lit, filled with the smell of his cologne and fresh rose petals. Your bridal dress weighs heavy on your body, but not as heavy as the silence between you and him. You turn slowly. He's already taken off his wedding coat, standing near the window, sleeves rolled up, fingers resting on the edge of the glass. You speak first, softly. "Jungkook." He doesn't turn, just sighs. "Let's not do this, Ryan." Your heart stops. Do what? This. The newly wedding thing, the small talk, the pretending. He finally turns to face you, and there's no softness in his eyes, no nostalgia, no trace of the boy who used to tie your shoelaces or race you down the street. "I didn't come back because I wanted to marry you. I came back because my parents pushed me, because your mom begged mine, because I couldn't say no to Appa when he was dying." The room spins, your stomach twists. I thought, your voice cracks. You were okay with this. "I love someone else, Ryan," he says flatly. "She's waiting for me back in New York. She doesn't even know I got married. I just didn't know how to get out of this without disappointing everyone." Your fingers grip on your dress. "Why didn't you tell me before?" He shrugs. "I tried, but you seemed so happy and we didn't get time. The rituals, the travel, the madness. I didn't even see you properly till today." You laugh, a tiny breathless sound that cracks mid-air. "So you thought it was kinder to destroy me after the wedding?" He looks away. You feel it then, the slow fracture of your dreams, the years you spent holding on to the idea of him, the secret love letters you never sent, the name Jungkook scribbled in your old journals with hearts around them. Gone, all of it. "I'm sorry, Ryan," he says, barely above a whisper. "I didn't mean to hurt you, but I can't pretend. I never wanted this." You swallow the lump in your throat and nod. You say the most dignified thing you can, even though your insides are screaming. "It's okay. I won't expect anything from you. You're free to live how you want. I won't stop you." You walk back to the bed, unpin your jewelry in silence. Your hands are steady, but your heart is not. Jungkook watches you for a moment, something unreadable flickering across his face, but he says nothing. He leaves the room without another word, and you sit on the edge of the bed, still dressed as a bride, staring at the closed door. This isn't how love stories are supposed to begin, but maybe yours never had a chance to begin at all. Time skip. The mornings are the hardest. You wake up before him every day, not because you want to, but because the silence between you both makes sleep a stranger. You fold the blanket neatly on your side of the bed, his half always untouched, and leave the room like a shadow. No one suspects a thing. Your parents call sometimes asking how married life is going. You smile through the phone, feeding them words dipped in honey and silence. It's not like you have much to say anyway. Jungkook barely speaks to you. He's gone before breakfast and back late at night. You hear the key turning in the lock around midnight, his footsteps soft but unmissable. Some days, he doesn't come home at all. You don't ask where he goes. You don't want to know because deep down you're scared of the answer. The house is big, too big for two people who barely look at each other. The bedroom is even bigger, split into two emotional continents. You never sleep with your back facing him, but it's easy because he never comes to bed while you're awake. It's strange how you still remember the little things about him. How he always ate samgyeopsal, always spicy and hot. How he tapped his foot when he was nervous. How he used to steal your homework just to draw stickmen in the margins. Those memories live in a version of him that doesn't exist anymore. You keep yourself busy. Cooking, cleaning, arranging the books in color-coded stacks, going to work. You tell yourself it's better this way, doing things. Moving, not thinking, not feeling. Until one evening, when you're cooking dinner and the knife slips, your finger bleeds, just a small cut, a tiny red drop blooms on your skin. You stare at it and then you start crying. Not because it hurts, but because it's the first time in days that you have actually felt something. You don't hear him enter the kitchen, not until his voice cuts through the silence. You okay? You jump, wiping your tears away quickly. Yeah, just stupid cut. He walks closer, hesitates, then gently takes your hand and inspects the wound. You try not to flinch at his touch. His fingers are warm, his eyes not entirely cold tonight. He walks to the cabinet, gets the first aid box and silently cleans your finger. You don't say a word, neither does he. But for a moment, just a moment, it feels like the boy you loved never left. Later that night, as you lie on the bed with your eyes wide open, you hear him speaking softly from his side. Why didn't you tell them? You turn your head. Tell who what? Our parents, about what I said that night. You stare at the ceiling. Would it have changed anything? He doesn't answer. You exhale slowly. They were happy and I didn't want to break another heart. You didn't say mine's already broken, but the silence hears it anyway. You think he might say something more, but he doesn't. Just the soft rustle of bedsheets and the creak of distance growing wider. You close your eyes pretending to sleep, but your heart stays wide awake, whispering things he'll never hear. Time skip. You don't faint, you just disappear. 1 minute you're in the kitchen trying to reach the top shelf. The next, everything fades into a slow blur. Walls melting, sounds warping, breath thinning, and then black. When you wake up, your vision is still hazy. There's a bitter taste in your mouth. Your head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. You recognize the ceiling fan, the cream curtains. You are in the hospital. Vian, a deep voice says from beside you. You turn. Jungkook is sitting in a plastic chair, his hands gripping the sides like he's anchoring himself to something real. He looks exhausted. His shirt is crumpled, there's a cut on his lower lip, bitten maybe, and the dark circles beneath his eyes like he hasn't slept. What happened? You managed to whisper. You collapsed, he says. Dehydration, stress, low BP, that's what the doctor said. You blink. Oh. You haven't been eating, he adds. You try to smile. I've been cooking. He looks at you then, really looks at you. And for the first time in weeks, you see worry in his eyes. Not guilt, not distance. Just worry. You don't have yourself trying to be okay, Vian. The words are quiet, raw. You swallow hard. I didn't mean to worry anyone. That's not the point. He stands pacing now. His hands run through his hair, a nervous habit you haven't seen in years. I didn't think it was this bad, he mutters. I just assumed you were fine holding up. You stare at him. Because I wasn't crying in front of you, he looks at you speechless. You sit up slowly. You think because I didn't scream or beg I wasn't falling apart. Do you know what it's like to sleep next to someone you have loved your entire life and feel like a stranger in your own marriage? His jaw clenches. You continue, voice cracking. I wasn't trying to be strong. I was trying not to shatter in front of you. The silence between you sizzles like something broken and burning. I didn't ask for this either, you whisper. But I tried. I really tried. You expect him to argue. He doesn't. Instead, he steps closer, then gently pulls the blanket up to your shoulders. You blink in surprise. You need to rest, he says quietly. I'll stay. You don't have to. I want to. You don't reply. You're too tired to believe him, but a part of your heart dares to hope, just a little. Later that night, you wake to the sound of soft murmuring. You turn your head. Jungkook is asleep in the chair, head tilted back, lips parted, and his hand is still holding yours. Even in sleep, he didn't let go. Time skip. You return from the hospital 2 days later, quieter than before, not because you're still hurting, but because something's in him. He doesn't disappear after dinner anymore, doesn't avoid the room like it's haunted, doesn't scroll on his phone when you speak. You catch him watching you once while you're setting the table. His gaze lingers a little too long, his expression unreadable. You pretend not to notice, but your fingers tremble slightly as you place the plates. Another time you're folding laundry in the hallway. He walks past, stops, then doubles back. You always smell like vanilla, he says. You look up confused. What? He rubs the back of his neck. I mean, your shampoo. It's the same one you used back in school, right? You nod slowly. I remember, he mutters and walks away. He starts eating dinner at home now. Sometimes he helps. Awkward at first, like he doesn't know what to do with his hands, but you notice the shift. The silence becomes softer, the air less stiff. One evening, you find a post-it on the fridge. You smile quietly. But the real change happens on your father's birthday. Your family invites you both over for lunch. It's a small affair, just your parents, your sister, and Jungkook sitting stiffly at the edge of sofa like he is still the guest of honor and not their son-in-law. Your father pulls out an old photo album. Oh, Ryan, look, remember this one? You were in 4th grade and Jungkook had just punched a boy who made you cry. You glance over at Jungkook. He leans forward slightly, his eyes landing on the photo. 2 kids, one with pigtails and teary eyes, the other standing beside her, fists clenched and protective. He smiles, soft, nostalgic. I had forgotten about that day, he says. I got detention. You didn't even care, your father chuckles. You said I would do it again. You look at Jungkook, and for a second, something warm flickers between you, familiar, distant, but not unreachable. And that's when you know he remembers the old you, the you he used to laugh with, protect, grow beside. That night, you find him in the balcony, staring at the stars with a soft breeze tousling his hair. You walk up slowly, holding 2 mugs of warm water. He takes one without looking at you, then sips. It's strange, he says after a moment. What is? How easy it is to forget someone and how terrifying it is to remember them again. You stay silent. He turns to look at you. I've been unfair to you, Ryan, cold, cruel, even. And the worst part is you never deserved any of it. You look at him surprised. He exhales. I thought if I kept you at arm's length, I wouldn't feel anything, but lately I do. I notice everything. How you hum when you're nervous, how you always serve me first even when you're hungry, how you smile when you think no one's watching. You bite your lip. Don't say this if it's guilt. It's not guilt, he says firmly. It's clarity and it's slow, but it's real. Your heart stutters. You want to believe him, but love, once bruised, doesn't heal in a night, so you just nod looking away. Good night, Jungkook. Good night, he whispers. But his eyes stay on you long after you have left. Time skip. It happens on a Thursday, rainy, grey, almost poetic. You come home from work to find her in your living room. Her, the girl he said he loved. The girl you thought he left behind. Tall, elegant, everything you are not. Her umbrella rests by the door. She is sipping tea from your favorite mug, the one with chipped corner. You freeze. She looks up, smiles politely. You must be Ryan. You nod slowly, tightening your grip on your handbag. I'm Hannah, she says, standing. I used to be close to Jungkook. Used to be? Before you can respond, the front door opens. Jungkook walks in, umbrella dripping, hair damp, expression dark. His eyes lock on her, then on you, and something in his chest shifts. He pulls you aside almost immediately, voice low and sharp. I didn't know she was coming. You stare at him trembling. Are you sure? Because she looks awfully at home. His jaw tightens. She messaged me a few days ago, said she wanted closure. I didn't reply. And yet she is here, you whisper. He exhales. I'll ask her to leave, but you shake your head. No. Talk to her. You owe yourself that. You turn away before your voice breaks. You don't stay to listen. You go to the terrace, letting the cold air stink your skin until your emotions numb. You're not jealous, you're tired. Tired of being the safe choice, Tired of being the safe choice, the backup plan, the ghost of a girl who never truly had him. But just as the ache in your throat grows unbearable, the door creaks open. You expect Hana, it's him. His chest is rising fast, like he ran. She's gone, he says out of breath. You look away. She said she was here to see if I still loved her, he continues. And for the first time, I didn't. Your breath catches. I didn't feel anything. Not the way I thought I would. Not the way I feel when you laugh, or cry, or walk past me in that stupid oversized t-shirt you wear every night. You blink, he steps closer. You asked me once if I would have said no to this marriage if I had a choice. Your eyes meet his. I did have a choice, I just didn't see it then, but I do now. He takes your hand gently like it's fragile. I'm not asking you to forget what I did or trust me overnight, but I'm asking for a chance, not because I was forced, not because I am guilty, but because I'm in love with the way you never stopped loving me even when I did not deserve it. Your throat tightens. You don't have to say anything, he adds, but I had to choose and I choose you. And with that, he lets your hand go. You don't stop him this time. You step forward, wrap your arms around him instead, and for the first time, he holds you back like he never wants to let go. Time skip. It's raining again, but this time you're not alone in the silence. Jungkook is beside you on the balcony, both of you wrapped in a shared blanket. No words, just warmth. Just the gentle rhythm of rain hitting concrete and your heartbeat finally matching his. Weeks have passed since the day Hana showed up, since Jungkook chose you. And things have changed. Not in a loud dramatic way, but in quiet tender ways that only you seem to notice. Like how he waits for you to start eating first, how he brushes your hair away gently when it falls over your face, how he kisses your forehead when he thinks you're asleep, how he finally started sleeping in the same bed again, not on the edge but close enough that you wake up tangled in his arms. Tonight, he turns to you, eyes soft. Can I ask you something? You nod. Did you ever hate me? You pause. The question takes you by surprise. I tried, you admit, so many times. He looks down. But I couldn't, because even when you hated me, I loved you, and maybe that was my weakness, or maybe it was the kind of love that just doesn't stop. He exhales shakily. I was scared, he confesses. I convinced myself I was in love with Hana because she didn't come with weight or history or guilt. But when I saw you again, when I saw you how you smiled at me on our wedding day, it felt like everything I ran from was still waiting for me, forgiving me. You stay quiet. He reaches for your hand. I don't deserve you, he murmurs. Maybe not, you say, meeting his gaze, but I didn't deserve the way you looked through me either, and yet I stayed. He leans in slowly, forehead resting against yours. I'm not asking for forgiveness overnight, he whispers. But if you let me, I want to fall in love with you again. The real you, not the girl I forgot, but the woman I see now. Your eyes blurred. And if someday you can forgive me, maybe you love me again too. You breathe, voice trembling. I never stopped. Later that night, you both fall asleep facing each other. No more past, no more pain. Just two people who found their way back home.